Okay, this is solving systems of equations like we did a few lessons back. They're just going to be adding one more step, okay? So they have these two equations and they want us to solve for them. And in case you've forgotten, when we solve, we're going to end up with an ordered pair as our answer, okay? Because this is a line and this is a line, and they cross each other, probably, and sometimes you have parallel lines, and in that case they don't cross. However, we're assuming these are crossing because that's what they're teaching this lesson, and we're going to do it the same way where we did substitution. These are different, however, because both this one and this one neither one of them have x or y already by itself. Okay, so you're going to have to do that part. Last time they were nice and they give it to you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at x minus 2y equals -1. Now, I can manipulate or change this equation to where x is all by itself. So I'm going to take that over here. What we have is x minus 2y equals -1. Okay, now with that, I'm going to try and focus a little better here. And I'm going to get x by itself, so I can add 2y plus 2y, both sides, okay? And look what happens. When I add, I get x equals, now we can't combine those, they're not like terms, so I'm going to put the y in front, -1, okay? So I've now made x by itself, 2y minus 1. Now I can take that, what x equals there, and plug it into x up here. Okay, like we did, oh, I don't know, I think it was lesson 57. I'm not sure. So I'm going to rewrite this one with a big spot to fill in what we are substituting. Okay, do you see that? This used to be x from there. Okay? But now we have decided up here x equals 2y minus 1, or we have isolated x in that other equation. So now I have all y's. Now we want all one letter when we are solving equations, so that's good news. Now we're going to go ahead and distribute that too, so we get 4y minus 2 minus 3y equals 4. Okay? Combine like terms, so 4y and minus 3y, so we get y minus 2 equals 4. And we got to add 2 to both sides. I'm going to do it really small because I'm running out of room. You can't even see that on camera, I can tell. So that gives me, I'm going to move it over here, y equals 6. All right, that's exciting because I have now half of my ordered pair. Remember, that goes there. Remember, this is x and this is y, and it's alphabetical order, x, y, z, so x, y. And now that we have 6 for y, we can plug it back into this thing, okay, to find x. X equals 2 times 6 minus 1 equals 12 minus 1 equals 11. And there we go. We got our answer. 11, 6 is the point where those two lines cross. Okay, so it's just like the last time. We just have to do that one extra step ahead of time. All right, this one and this one. Now, I always like to find, if I'm going to do substitution, I'm looking for a letter that doesn't have a coefficient out in front. And so that's how I pick this one. This is the one I want to isolate because everybody else is grouped up with a number in front. So that means I'm going to take this equation over here and I'm going to rewrite it. I've changed nothing. Okay, now I'm going to get y by itself. So I'm going to take away 2x from both sides. That gives me -y, which is not quite where I want it to be yet. Okay, so because I have a -y here, I need a positive y. So what I'm going to do is divide everybody by -1, or basically change the sign to everybody. Okay, So there we go. Might need to work on my focus here. So now I've got y, so I'm like got that first step done out of several steps. So now we know y equals 2x minus 10. And so we messed with this equation. So now that we have a y, that goes into, oops, this one. Okay, so I'm going to move my paper over, and that means I've got 4x minus 3. Make a spot for this thing, and we're going to plug that in to here. 2x minus 10. Okay, now I'm going to try and zip through the rest of this so these videos don't get too long. So now I've got 4x minus 6x plus 30. Okay, careful there. Equals 16. So that gives us negative 2x plus 30 equals 16. Subtract 30 from both sides. All right, so we have negative 2x equals negative 14. Okay, and again, I ran out of room, so I'm going to kind of stick this negative 2 down there. Divide both sides by negative 2, and what I get is x equals 7. Okay, so I know some of you don't like that after all this writing. You want to say you want to be done, but it's no fun to be done when it's not finished, right? There's no satisfaction in that. Okay, so we've got part of the answer, 7. So let's plug it into up here. 2 times 7 minus 10 equals your y. So we get 14 minus 10 equals 4. Okay, so we just found what y equals 4. And I'm going to put that up there. And now we have our final answer. Okay? All right. I think my memory card is going to run out, but I'm going to see if I can get through this problem first. Okay. Again, I'm picking this one right away. My eyes go to that y because it has no coefficient. Sometimes you will have no options and they will all have a number in front of it. In that case, you're going to have to divide everybody by that number eventually. You still have to get y by itself or x by itself, but in this case, they made it slightly easy. I bet they're going to make it harder in the next couple lessons, but they at least made it so one of these is alone. So that means I'm going to play with this equation. I got 2x plus y equals 25, or I could have done it right below there. Let's do that because it'll save space. Okay, hope you didn't already write that. I'm going to write it down here. So if I take this one, subtract 2x from both sides, now I get y equals negative 2x plus 25. Okay, so now that this was this equation, so it goes into here. Okay, so that equation, if I leave out a spot for y, will look like this. Okay, and we put negative 2x plus 25 in there. All right, now we will get rid of the parentheses, plus 4x, a negative and a negative, minus 50 equals 38. Okay, 4x and 4x makes 8x, minus 50 equals 38. Okay, add 50 to both sides, and we get 8x equals 88, and that's a good sign that the 8 goes into 88. So it looks like we get x equals 11. All right, here we go. Now let's go ahead and plug this over here. Equals negative 2 times 11 plus 25 equals negative 22 plus 25 equals 3. So y equals 3. Okay, I did cruise through that fast, which is nice about video, is you could stop, rewind. I don't know if you can slow me down, but you can try. So that is it for the examples in lesson 59, and then on your practice you'll have 3 more to do. So good luck, check your work, and enjoy these. Okay, when it works and you do them nice and slow, life is good and you'll get the right answer. All right, have fun.
I'm on top of the